What's going on, guys? Roundedtiktak here, and today we're going to be talking about the top 5 tips for endurance mode, specifically for Twine Peaks, but it applies to every single SSD you might want to try with this game mode. It is one of the hardest things in the game to date, so there are definitely some things you can do to make your runs a little more smooth, a little better, and a higher probability of success. We've got a lot to cover here, so let's get right into it. Zenith. If you are running with a full group, it is in your absolute best interest to play with this hero, or have someone on the team play with this hero, or have everybody on the team play with this hero. The group we ended up winning with was 3 Zenith and 1 Constructor, Mega Base. The reason behind this is once you get to the higher levels, killing anything in an adequate amount of time is nearly impossible, but being able to freeze enemies where they stand, a smasher mid-charge, or a taker mid-flight will prove 100% invaluable for you and your team, allowing you to maneuver out of the way, focus fire down, or save the amplifier a little bit of health. Use Zenith with Crankshot if possible with a crit rating, crit damage build, as it's the fastest firing sniper in the game and allows for a lot of chances for the enemy to become frozen. Another reason you might want to run Zenith is Wave 25, at least in Twine Peaks, is known to be one of the most difficult waves. The best weapon for that, and our number 4 point, is going to be the Yeoman sniper rifle. Zenith is a sniper hero, and adding a couple of sniper perks into his loadout will definitely prove invaluable when you're trying to take down that UFO as fast as possible. He does it all. He has great crowd control, his survivability is insane with his phase shift, and his damage is not too bad either. This is the all-around best hero to run as a DPS character for this if you're not playing the Constructor. Play Zenith, have your friends play Zenith, just make sure to use this invaluable character. The Yeoman sniper rifle. The reason this is number 4 is because it's probably necessary at this point. You can take down the UFO with other heroes and other weapons, but this one definitely works in all situations. If you're hosting, this will be one of the main weapons, if not the only weapon you will use throughout the entire fight. Because you have perms the entire time, you have to be very, very careful about not blowing up your tunnels. It does a couple of things that are unique to it and no other weapon in the game. First off, it does not blow up propanes, period. You can shoot this directly at a propane tank and it will not trigger it. This is a huge bonus if you are hosting and you're going to be finding it hard to shoot, yet alone kill anything. This allows you to free spam down tunnels. It also pierces, which can add up to a lot of damage quickly in the grand scheme of things, as you're always going to be staring down the long side of a tunnel as you're trying to hold your position. Number 2, it is also the best weapon we have found so far for the dreaded UFO wave in Twine Peaks Endurance. It's not the only weapon that can be used, but it is currently the best one for taking it down fast. Roll it double reload speed for this reason alone, because most teams do wipe on this wave. If you do not instantly find that UFO, take it down and kill it, it will explode a crucial part of your base and you might lose because of it. On top of that, you are playing Zenith like stated before, so you do have some bonus damage. And if you are not playing Zenith, you are 100% safe to shoot down your tunnels, never worrying about exploding propanes. This weapon is almost key in this game mode if you plan on winning. Let's talk about tight tunnels and propane clear. This is an issue for over 80 to 90% of the people trying to complete this run. Most people will wipe because of 2 things: propanes exploding or flingers, or a combination of both. You have to take control of the propanes. They will wipe your entire tunnel, one-shot you and one-shot all of your structures that you have around, and just generally screw your day up. So here are some tips on how to get rid of them or minimize your issues with them. Number 1, tight tunnels, specifically for 2 amplifiers on twin peaks, but it can be used in other situations as well. For certain amplifiers, you're going to want to build an effective as possible tunnel, and since you are stuck with a build limit, it sometimes is hard to build the exact kind of tunnel you want, and certain ones will be a bit or a lot tighter than others. I mean, one tile versus timeout boxes, or just one tile long tunnels with a bunch of turns, because you have to adapt the tunnel to the terrain. This causes issues with propanes. If there are too many enemies in the tunnel and they are stuck together in a corridor, they will explode, because once a propane husk is stuck, even for less than a second, they self-detonate to quote-unquote free themselves. Do your absolute best to expand and put some breathing room in your builds. Here you can see the left side of this amplifier has kind of some room for them to get around. It has a recycler, it has a knockoff room on the left hand side. Most of these things are made for propanes, so they have to run the map multiple times without getting stuck, or they get kicked off the main route and have to find another way in, allowing them to free up their animations and not self-detonate. This is one of the main reasons I did not use timeout boxes on my final run. They have a very large chance of self-detonating because they are so off the beaten path that they just detonate to make room for themselves. I used the alternator design instead, and I have that video on my trap tunnel series. Number 2 is clear the tunnels and always designate someone to do so. You can take away their permissions if you are not host, and you can use a steam thrasher to easily and quickly clear up propanes that might be in tunnels. Once a wave spawns, one propane you might be able to handle, but if that one propane ignites and ignites all of the other propanes in the tunnel, you're in for a bad time. The whirlwind on the steam thrasher takes out 30 to 40 propanes in one clip, and alternatively you could use the teleporter to get rid of them, but I don't suggest that because it's not needed, but you could if you wanted to. It is quicker, just not necessary. The gadgets you're going to be looking to bring are the following: 2 banners, 4 slow fields, and 2 adrenaline rush. Slow field is arguably the absolute best gadget in the game, and how long they last and the time the actual waves last, you are almost at 100% uptime. This means that you are controlling the pace of the entire fight and have a lot more reaction time if something does go wrong. The heals and your banner provide quick revives and resets if you get taken down at a crucial moment. The banner specifically is a life-saving measure if something may be going wrong in your tunnel. Getting your walls from 9,800 health to about 15,000 or more, depending on who you're playing, can really help survive some of the more difficult waves. Let's talk about tar pits. Tar pits are arguably one of the better traps in the game. I know not everybody likes them, but they do have their usage for slowing down the husks. However, you have to be careful here. Freezing an enemy for 4 to 5 seconds out the mouth of tunnels is absolutely fantastic. It again allows you to reset yourself and your team, allowing you to provide crowd control where it might be needed. However, do not use these in any form of the main pathway. For the same reason tight tunnels, this adds to that. If enough husks walk on it at the same time, they will basically create a husk wall, and once a propane walks up behind them, they will self-detonate. So only and always use these at either in timeout boxes or at the very mouth of your tunnel, as you can see in this clip. Lastly, since their durability is so low, not many enemies are going to be making it to the mouth of your tunnel, and they will last a lot longer. The last thing we're going to touch on is floor launchers. You need to weave these into your builds. You do not need to spam them everywhere and anywhere. It's not necessary. I call them putting chimneys into my trap tunnels. Feel free to do the same thing. Like one floor spike into a floor launcher, then a floor spike, then into a floor launcher, and alternate the gas traps. feel free to do the same thing. You need your gas traps to basically kill all the trash in the game, but they are barely going to do anything to the bigger guys. This is what the floor launchers are for. Roll them 5 times impact and watch the smashers fly. You do not need to spam them, like I said. Just weave a couple in throughout your tunnel and see how many less enemies, specifically smashers, you get along the way. I cannot stress enough of how important this is. Before we get into the final tip, let's take a look at an honorable mention. This doesn't really improve the quality of your tunnels or an idea on how to play the game, but it's definitely something you might want to check out. We've had lots and lots of reports of people crashing on higher level waves, and we're almost positive we know the reason why. At some point later on in the game, there is just too much stuff on the floor. Whoever is clearing your propanes, because now you've seen this video, you should have a designated person doing so. Have them pick up everything they can possibly grab while doing it. Rusty mechanical parts, ammo, the ore, copper, everything that is on the ground, make sure they grab and pick up. Get it off the map. It's too much for the servers to handle. Once you get all the propanes to an appropriate location, get permissions back and blow them up. Get them off the map. Not only will this maybe stop your game from crashing, but it should help the lag with how much stuff is on the screen and in the game at one time. And the absolute #1 tip in the entire game mode of Endurance is lobber shields. You need lobber shields. It is not a question of how you can lose to a flinger / lobber. It is a statement of fact. You will lose to a lobber or flinger almost every single time. You need to figure out their pathing and get them under control. For any point that a meteor may strike the spawn in Twine Peaks, you will need to build up a 3-tile high box around them. The lobber screens are actually more important than your kill tunnels, and you must make sure that they are all the same type of material and the same level, as a lobber will focus a lower tier material, creating a domino effect. And to be honest, one hole in your lobber roof is more than enough to wipe your entire team. Some of the spawns you're going to have to get a little creative on how to build them, and it also changes on your SSD. Mine to somebody else's might be a little different. Also, your positioning is very important here. If you are off to the side during one of your objectives and a flinger spawns, he will walk the barrens of the Mojave Desert to find you and kill you, and then work his way back to the amplifier. A flinger at level 180-200 will only take around 6 shots to completely wipe your amplifier. So be careful, guys. This is the absolute biggest deal in the game. Make lobber shields, figure out where they spawn from, and put roofs around them every single time. There you go, guys, your top 5 tips for Endurance, specifically in Twine Peaks, but you can use a lot of this information elsewhere. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was insightful, and I hope it helped you out. Let me know down in the comments below if I missed anything that you think should have been on this list. I really do think lobber shields are the #1 important thing. If you like this kind of video and you're new to this channel, think about subscribing. I post videos like this, full weapon breakdowns. We're covering every single amplifier in Twine Peaks 2 and exactly how to trap it. Think about subscribing, join the family, join the pack. If you guys like watching live streams, I stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/Roundedtiktak. We would love to have you stop by there as well. And if you're looking for a way to support the channel, you can always use creator code OOTikTak00. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you on the next one. Tiktak out.